institution. It doesn't mean anything today. We live in a mental institution. 'Cause everything's crazy, crazy, crazy. They're doing away with borders. It's a new world. It's a new day. There is a new world order coming to your town. You better get ready. You better get ready. It's a new day. It's a new way. It's a new day, new day. It's a new way. Hey there, boys and girls. It's Wild Bill, and I just rode into town. Look out, all you bad guys out there. I'm fixing to blow the whistle on all your evil plans. Yes, it is Saturday night, and you are not going to believe what I have here for you right here on Revolution Radio.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
That's right. Oh, yes. Welcome to the Samsel Report. Coming to you live from my personal isolation tank right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Visit my website while you can at www.billsamsel.net. That's www.billsamsel.net. Check out the music, the spellbinding books, and of course, the one, the only Samsel Report website. Phone lines are up. The number to call in is 562-912-3502. That's 562-912-3502, because I want to hear from you, okay? All right. Well, then, let's get this here show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, our government is a cesspool of corruption. Our industrial might is a thing of the past, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are being trashed by a treasonous, out-of-control government intent on enslaving the American people. I know, yes, I know it sounds just like some low-budget horror movie, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know what? We live in the Twilight Zone. You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance. You are bombarded by the conditioning illusion projected forth by corporate and government-controlled mass media. A world of mind-controlled automatons, unable to think or speak out or stand up for themselves. You're entering a world where everything is just the opposite of what you think it is. You are living in The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we live in the Twilight Zone.
Hey, Wild Bill, we got our first caller of the night, 541.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Hey there. How are you?
Well, I think it's really unfortunate that while you have a radio show talking about corruption, your chat that, is associated with your radio show,
Right.
I feel personally is corrupted in a big sense, just because if you speak out against the status quo, or if you speak out, period, you either get silenced or you get banned by a couple of moderators who represent Revolution Radio and the many programs that are on this station.
That's not your chat room anyway.
It's not my chat room. Oh, man. Well, whose chat room would he be referring to? I have no idea. Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on. I told you, we lived in the Twilight Zone, ladies and gentlemen. Strange things happening all the time. Anyway, let's continue now. It's time for an important message. Let's get right down to business here. This is important, especially for you listeners out there. That's right, because this program on Revolution Radio is listener-supported. That's right. That means you, ladies and gentlemen, you guys sitting out there listening into the show at this very moment. So if you like the program, if you like this network, then please send us money. All right. Now, we don't want a whole lot of money. No. But whatever you can spare would be greatly appreciated. Oh, yes. So please help fund this broadcasting network. Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, you need this broadcasting network. Revolution Radio is the voice of truth and freedom that you won't hear anywhere else. So please help support informative, entertaining, fabulously original, innovative, cutting-edge, enlightening, and mind-expanding programs just like this one. Okay? Yes, it's Wild Bill's Headline Roundup, and it is heard only on Revolution Radio. So, send us money, okay? Would you do that? Would you do that? Okay. Now, now, look out. The zombies are out in force. Yes, millions of mindless minions of the mainstream media are marching for merchandise. Oh, yes, they are like discourteous, demented demons demanding department store discounts. Oh, just like a herd stampeding, like wild animals. Yes, it's the holiday season. It's the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to spend money you don't have on crap you can't afford so you can go deeper in debt so you can contribute to corporate profits. Oh, yes. Just think of it, ladies and gentlemen. So get on out there. Get on out there and do your part in purchasing cheap, shitty crap manufactured and shipped from communist China so that the traitorous criminal corporations can rake in as much profit as humanly possible. Oh, yes. It's time for the holiday season of musical bombardment. Yes, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. So don't overemphasize the Christ part, though. Okay? All right? Don't overemphasize the Christ part because, you don't want to offend anybody. Okay? All right? No. We can't have any of that. We cannot have any of that.
The only line that comes to mind during this time of year, Wild Bill?
What's that there?
Good grief.
That's right. That's right. You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what time it is? Well, I tell you what. It's time for Wild Bill's Headline Roundup. Oh, yes. All the news that you won't get from the mainstream media. Yes, it's time to saddle up with old Wild Bill, and we gonna hit the trail and gather up a whole mess of them headline critters. Okay? All right. Are you ready to ride? Are you ready to hit the trail? Well, let's get it going. Let's hit the trail, ladies and gentlemen. Hi-ho, sweetheart. Away! Ho, 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 ho. That's right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Conservatives pledge Second American Revolution against Obama's tyranny. That's right. Former Reagan Justice Department lawyer Larry Klayman organized the Second American Revolution on November 19th in front of the White House. Now, I didn't know that. See, now that's news to me. I didn't know that the Second American Revolution was officially kicked off on November 19th in front of the White House. That's news to me. I must have been, distracted in some way to have missed that. Well, Klayman held the rally with the Reclaim America Now coalition in Lafayette Park to protest the current condition of the United States. It's like all effed up, right? Accuracy in Media, Jihad Watch, Freedom Watch, and Gun Owners of America were present. Among other conservatives, all of these are all the people who gathered together. Okay? All right? The coalition accused President Obama of tyranny and declared, "We the people have had enough of the corrupt and incompetent ways of the Obama administration and its bipartisan political enablers." Bipartisan political enablers. Can you say that 3 times real fast? Bipartisan political enablers. That's what Klayman said. He said it's time for action. That's why I'm declaring the Second American Revolution right here in Washington. Clayman noted that America needs a peaceful change in leadership. We must do it peacefully, however. Americans have no choice. All three branches of government have completely abdicated their representation of citizens' concerns. The coalition vowed to continue their fight to end tyranny within the executive branch. We want accountability, Mr. President, and by God, sooner or later, we are going to get it. That's what Clayman vowed. Oh, he took a vow, ladies and gentlemen. So, there you go. There you have it. That's our first headline. It's kind of raggedy old, beat up kind of thing, but we'll stick it in there with the corral. Get on in there, you big old piece of junk, you hear? Second American Revolution. Get on in there with yourself. Get on in there with yourself in there. Okay. All right. That's right. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? That doesn't make you, I mean, really, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on to our next headline, because this one you're going to love. You're going to love this one. I'm telling you, you're going to love this. Okay? All right? Congress is set to hand our highways over to foreign corporations. New toll roads planned for all 50 states. All 50 states will get new toll roads. That's right. The efforts to parcel off and sell out entire sections of America's infrastructure to foreign interests continues daily. The bill at issue here would put tolls on roads American taxpayers funded and paid for, and which they continue to fund through gasoline taxes diverted to the Transportation and Highway Trust account of the IMF. I think that really eats it, if you ask me. So I think what we ought to do is just shoot the damn thing, put it out of its misery. What do you think? Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, let's flush it down the old commode while we're at it. Is this a good idea? There we go. There goes the toll road. Right down the old commode. Stick it down there. There you have it. Okay. All right. So, let us continue on. Let us plow ahead. Full steam ahead. Damn the torpedoes. The headline roundup continues. Let me see. Terrorist bombers. Oh, you're going to love this one. Terrorist bombers allowed into the United States as war refugees. Yes, you heard right. As war refugees. Several dozen suspected terrorist bomb makers, including some believed to have targeted American troops, may have mistakenly been allowed to move to the United States as war refugees. This, according to FBI agents. I wouldn't be surprised if there were many more than that, said House Committee on Homeland Security Chairman Michael McCall. One of the terrorists went to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yes, lovely Bowling Green, Kentucky is where he chose to settle. Waad Ramadan Alwan ended up living in public housing across the street from a school bus stop and collected welfare benefits. Oh, yes, living the American dream. When the FBI sent agents to meet with Alwan, They found him quite willing to brag about all the American soldiers he had killed with improvised bombs and sniper rifles, boasting that he had eaten his victims for lunch and dinner. Oh yes, Wa'ad Ramadan Alwan, now living in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Living the American dream, ladies and gentlemen, as we all are doing. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Let me ask you something. Let me ask you this. How are you doing? How's things going for you? Your family, your kids, everything all right there? What's that? What? You say you're cutting back? You say you're working more hours for less money? What's that? You got laid off? You got downsized? Did your job disappear out from under you? You say you're unemployed? Oh, man, that don't sound good. That don't sound good. You say you can't find any work? You can't make any money? Can you make the payments? They gonna foreclose on you? They gonna repo your car? What's that? What's that? You say you can't afford to drive the car anyway? Man, oh man. You're going broke. Not only those of you that are unemployed, but those who are underemployed, the part-timers. Oh, yes, we're all going broke, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, no matter how much money you make or you don't make, you're still going broke anyway. Do you know what the real actual unemployment rate is? The real actual, let me tell you, hold on. The real unemployment rate is 30%. You think I'm crazy? You think, no, that's right, 28%. The real numbers that they don't want you to know is that the real unemployment rate is 28%. You say you can't afford to drive your car? Well, let me tell you something. Restricting the people's mobility is one of the main goals of the globalist plan. See, it's simple. You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes. You don't have to be Einstein. Are you having a good time? Are you having a good time? Are you really? Are you really? Okay. All right. Well, as long as you're having a good time, what the hell? Okay. Well, let's continue on with the headline roundup. Okay? All right. Well, here's a story that you might find interesting. Illinois community chases FEMA out of town at gunpoint. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This report comes from old Glenn Beck. Oh, yes. He reports that on a storm-ravaged Illinois community where they decided they did not need FEMA. They didn't want FEMA coming in there. Without naming the community, which will, by the way, be audited by the IRS as a result of this. So there. Beck relates how when FEMA trucks made their way down the street and into a church parking lot, local citizens told them to leave. That's right. When the trucks came in, the people actually met those trucks in the streets with guns and said, turn your federal trucks around. We don't need you here. We don't want you here. We will take care of ourselves. That's what they said. And they actually turned the trucks around, and the trucks went out of town. run 'em out of town, ladies and gentlemen. Stood 'em down in the street and run 'em out of town. Man, oh man. Well, let's give 'em a great big roundus of applause. There you go. Ho, 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 ho. They ran 'em out of town there, boy, oh boy. Sent 'em on their way. That's right. Get your dumb butt on out of here, you FEMA freak, you. There you go. So, there's something. There's some good news right there. There's some good news. There's some sunshine right there. Man.
Free your mind. And your ass follow.
That's right. And no truer words could possibly be spoken. So, there you have it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. We got any more phone calls? Any more phone calls out there? Come on, call in now. You know what the number is, don't you? It's 562-912-3502. All right. Let us continue on with the headline roundup, because we're just getting into the good stuff now. Okay? We got all the shitty stuff over with. Oops. But we have the good stuff coming up. All right? Our next headline. Jury convicts Oklahoma cop in death of an unarmed teen. All right. Oklahoma City. An Oklahoma jury Tuesday convicted a veteran police captain of first-degree manslaughter in the death of an unarmed teenager who was running away after scuffling with the officer. The kid made a run for it. Okay, so I guess, hey, shoot him down, man, you know. During the trial, Scott, the kid's name was Scott. Scott's baggy pants became a central issue. Oh, yes. Witnesses say that the 18-year-old was trying to hold up his trousers as he ran from the police officer, whose name was Harrison. Okay? Can you picture this in your mind now? Okay? The kid's running, and he's trying to hold his pants up at the same time. The officer thought that the kid was reaching in his pocket to pull out a gun. The police officer that was running next to the guy who shot the kid, he shot a taser at the kid right at the same time that the other guy shot him with the gun. The moral of the story, boys and girls, is if you're going to run from the cops, the prison bitch look is not a good idea. Okay? All right? Remember that now. Let's stick it in the corral with all the rest of them. Get on in there. Hold your pants up. Hold your trousers up now. I don't want to see no underwears or nothing. Get on in. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Samsel Report. This is Wild Bill's Headline Roundup. And we continue. Police cars aim to stop high-speed chases. Now, we have all seen high-speed police chases on TV. Oh, yes. And statistics show that they are as dangerous as they appear. 360 people are killed each year because of chases, according to a 2010 study by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Oh, yes. So, now along comes Star Chase. Oh, yes, a new high-tech company, you know, adding jobs to the economy, right? Star Chase, a Virginia-based law enforcement technology company, wants to halt those risky pursuits with a device straight out of James Bond movies. Oh, look out. Look out. The company's device is a launchable GPS tracker that is mounted onto the grille of the police car. When a suspect flees in a vehicle, an officer can fire a small sticky GPS tracker onto the suspect's car. Oh, yes, it just sticks right to it. It goes and sticks right to it. Or it could go and stick right to it. But I think it would be more like a than a, okay? But anyway, it's stuck to it. It sticks to your car, okay? Law enforcement can then track you wherever you go. So you might as well just pull over because you're had, man. That's it. Game's up. You know what? You know what, though? Check this out. Check this out. The device is not cheap. No, hell no. Oh, and this thing ain't cheap. Let me tell you something here. This device is not cheap. It costs $5,000 per vehicle to install Star Chase. That's right. $5,000 for each car, right? Each replacement GPS tracker, I guess you get one. You get a free GPS tracker when you buy the $5,000 package. You get the free tracker. After that, replacement trackers are $500 each. That's right. So, what is it me, ladies and gentlemen? Is it me, or do we actually live in the Twilight Zone? I mean, is it? It's unbelievable. 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 Isn't technology wonderful? Isn't it just wonderful? What will they think of next? Really, really now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let us continue on with Wild Bill's You're Riding with Wild Bill's Freedom Posse. The Freedom Posse, that's right. That's right, I was just going to say that. You're riding with Wild Bill's Freedom Posse. I was just about to say that when you took the words right out of my mouth. All right, well, let us continue. Over 3,600 pets sickened, 580 of them dead after eating jerky treats. More than 3,600 pets have gotten sick, and 580 have died from jerky treats that were largely imported from China. That's what the Food and Drug Administration said. Well, for all the good it'll do, the FDA has launched an investigation into the illnesses and deaths. But this has happened before. This has taken place previously. Our pets, our children, ourselves are going down. Oh yes, thanks to these rotten commies. And don't forget the slimy, dirtbag, traitorous corporations that have moved all of our manufacturing to those people over there. Remember them while America goes down the tubes, thanks to these commie bastards and the corporations that love them. I didn't like that one at all. No, that one, I didn't like it at all. There you go. There you go. There you go. And there you go. It's getting crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting crazy. Over 20 Navy SEALs, the ones who killed Osama bin Laden, 20 SEALs, all involved in killing Osama bin Laden, are now dead. Is it a coincidence? There still isn't any evidence that the Navy SEALs killed the guy. There is evidence that suggests he was already dead and had been dead for years. The Osama bin Laden that you see in the videos at the Abbottabad compound was a double. Anyone stupid enough to believe the official story that this corrupt government and the mainstream media is feeding us is a duh. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take a rocket scientist or a genius like Tesla to figure the whole damn thing out. These guys were decorated, were made big media fuss over them and everything. And now they're all dead. Could it be that the whole story was just a bunch of bull hockey to begin with? Get on in there with the rest of them there. Get on in there. 20 guys gone. Virginia man, this man who lives in Virginia will be paying for toll road fines until he is 87 years old. I don't know how he did it. Isn't that something? He's got to pay $150 a month until he's 87 years old. How do you like that?
You can't handle the truth.
Oh, no. Oh, man. What is going on here? Oh, that was a turkey. That was a... There you go. There you go. Oh, my goodness. Sounds like a funeral, doesn't it? It sounds like a funeral. Somebody died. My God. Oh, well. Anyway. Yes, you're riding with Wild Bill's Freedom Posse. I don't know. What do we got to go on a break here pretty soon, do we? How far do we have? How many minutes do we have, Mr.
Oh, we have about 20 seconds, I think.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't time that pretty good, didn't I? I did pretty good on that. Yeah. Stick around. We shall return after these important messages.